Hello, Parker. Nice to meet you.
Will from MovieWeb, what's going on, man?
Not much. Congratulations on this latest project of yours.
Thank you very much.
It was, yeah, I did not read the book, so I was watching this. I did not know what was coming. Had you read the book before? Like, how did it work for you? Did you, when you read the script, were you already familiar with the story or maybe not?
Yeah, Will, of course I read the book, man. No, no, to be honest, I received the script and yeah, I was just on the edge of my seat from the beginning. I mean, it sort of starts off like, a cute little romantic comedy, and then it just gets a little darker and a little more twisted and a little darker and way more twisted. And yeah, man, it terrified me reading it, and the prospect of trying to bring it to life, I think, terrified me even more, which is also what drew me to it. But I started reading the book, and uh, there's a lot of similarities in the beginning, and then I found out that the end actually changes a lot from the book. So when they adapted it to the screenplay, they made some they made it extra twisted and dark, and so I just abandoned the book at a certain point and just focused on the script.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was just curious, but book to movies. But yeah, that's cool. Yeah, your character, he's got quite the journey. He's thrown for a loop, to put it mildly. No spoilers, of course.
Yeah.
I Yeah, what do you think out of all those crazy moments? What scene do you think still sort of stands out? Of course, I know we don't want to do spoilers, but I don't know. Was there a moment on set that really stood out? A particular scene, one of those steamy moments with Sasha or anything like that? Challenging or stepping out of your comfort zone or anything like that.
Yeah. Oh man. Will, I felt like I was out of my comfort zone the whole time. I really did. I kind of joke about it, but I had a lot of fear about some of those scenes because my greatest fear as an actor is to show up and under deliver or overact or just for it to not ring true, and so my job is to figure out how to make this insane scenario feel true, feel true for me. And so I just I really did not want to show up and not be able to hit those appropriate colors, and so there were definitely certain scenes that I saw that I saw that calendar, and there were a couple days and I was like dreading those days. I was like, oh my gosh, like how am I gonna do it? I'm talking to the director. I'm like, dude, I don't know, man. Like, what do I need to do to be ready for those moments, so that I can trust that on the day I can find something that feels appropriate emotionally. And so, I don't want to, like you said, I don't want to give anything away, but yeah, it was the scene where I don't know if I can say, man. I don't know if I can say it because I think it spoils it too much. But so that me and Sasha's two characters, Anna and Zoe, we enter into this really dangerous love triangle, and at a certain point, that triangle starts to collapse, and it collapses in a major way. And it was those moments that were the most challenging and kept me up at night. And yeah, it was those moments. And then everything I did with Sasha. Sasha was incredible, man. She's an incredible actress, an incredible human being, and I felt so privileged to get to work with her. Um, Nestor, same. Nestor is the man, dude. I love that guy.
Yeah.
Mir is incredible. I really I had so many incredible memories from that making that movie.
Yeah, that's great. Did you and Sasha, for any of those bedroom scenes or, any of those crazy scenes, did you and Sasha ever like behind the scenes do any sort of routine like pep talk, like, all right, we got this, or anything, that you sort of did to sort of
Yeah,
get into that mindset or
yeah. She would grab me by the face and say, "Don't fuck this up." I'd say, "Okay, Sasha." um, no, it was we just had to really trust each other, and I just wanted her to feel comfortable, and we had completely open dialogue. If there was anything that she was uncomfortable with or concerned about, I wanted her to feel safe enough to just share that with me. And we're a little team here, and we got to make sure that we both feel good and about everything that we're doing. And there were a lot of romantic scenarios, and that's always interesting to navigate. You know, I don't want to make Sasha feel uncomfortable. You got to do, some pretty risque stuff and simulated sex, and all of that is, a little bit uncomfortable at times when you're in an elevator with a
no, you
sock on, dry humping somebody you just met. It's a it's an interesting business for sure. But we're fortunate now that intimacy coordinators are a big part of
right.
movie making now. So we had an incredible intimacy coordinator who was there, and we choreographed all of the sex scenes and made sure that both of us felt comfortable with everything. And she was there on set, and we just did everything we needed to do to try to make it feel as safe and comfortable as possible, so that we could tell the story as best as we could.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and then your performance was wonderful. I mean, your
Oh, thank you.
chemistry with it. Yeah, no, seriously. No, it was great. And doing a movie like this, I mean, do you hope to do more sort of projects in this vein, sort of this like twisty kind of, thriller, love triangle type things? I know you've done a variety, on big and small screen both, a variety of genres. I was curious if, looking ahead, if you're like, oh, I want to maybe go back to doing more X, Y, or Z. Anything came to mind? Or maybe you're working on something at the moment that is, perhaps kind of similar or wildly different.
It was a blast. I feel so privileged to have worked in many different genres. I've done a lot of comedy, and I love comedy. I mean, it's so fun for me to get to show up to work, and with the main goal of being to make people laugh,
Yeah.
and I'm like pulling pranks on my castmates and just having a good time.
Yeah.
This was not that environment. I'm not pulling pranks on Sasha before some of these heavy scenes.
Right.
So it was just a different flavor, and it, it was great. It was great. It was great fun to mix it up and do something different, and stretch myself in different ways. I would absolutely love to continue in this genre, more moving forward. But I hope to continue to do comedy. I hope to do something very oriented. I think that sort of suits my lifestyle and my personality. So yeah, man, I feel blessed to be a part of this business, and to get to try out, put on different hats and different masks. And I think really for me, I just want to work with good people. I want to work with people that are at the top of their game artistically. But more importantly, I want to work with good people. I don't have a lot of room in my life for assholes, and life's too short, and we're too blessed to be playing dress up and getting to make these movies. There's no reason to be a fucking dick. So that's
Well
that's
said.
really my main criteria.
Yeah, no, that's a good way to be. Is there someone in particular you've had your eye on, or you've heard good things, behind the scenes? You're like, oh, I'd love to collaborate, or I don't know, someone you've been talking to or trying to reach out to. Anyone you'd like to name drop?
Gosh, man,
Tough question, but
it is a tough
have to
question.
ask.
It's a very tough question. I mean, there's just so many incredible actors and filmmakers out there that I would feel beyond blessed to get to just be in their orbit for even a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's just gosh, I mean, the first face that pops into my mind is Will Ferrell.
Oh,
It
yeah.
just I just think it would be so fun to get to work with him, or
Oh, yeah.
uh, I love what Ryan Reynolds is doing. The new Deadpool trailer looks freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I think that genre, that sort of action comedy, just seems like the most fun in the world.
Yeah.
Uh, so
Yeah.
those
No.
are two of 1,000 names that pop into my head.
Well, yeah, I mean, I grew up on Will Ferrell, and I remember seeing the first Deadpool in theaters, and I mean, that's just going to be such a memorable experience, for the rest of my life. So
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah,
agree more.
yeah.
Well, cool. Well, great. Well, thank you, Parker. That's all the time I have, but I really appreciate you taking the time to chat with me, and congratulations on the image of you. I thought it was great. Of
Oh, thank you, Will. Thank you very much for taking the time, man.
course. Of course. I hope we can do this on the next one. And until then, good luck with everything.
Let's do it, brother. I look forward to it.
Cool. All right. Thanks again.
Thank you.